Okay, hello. Right, so we're going to talk about nuance today. Okay, we have not exactly put it in any chapter because it's a thing we just thought of recently. And basically, if you think about it, BSA is all about nuance. Okay, we're all trying to teach you nuance because most people live on one side of life or the other. Right, either there is an assumption or there's complete ignorance. Okay, both are a form of ignorance, but that assumption, even if it's based on a little bit of truth, okay, could be entirely wrong and could lead you in a complete different direction. And in between these two is nuance. Okay, again, blanket statement, non-statement, again, nuance, right? Authoritarianism, chaos, democracy, nuance. Okay, so now a democracy is always on the danger of going on either side, either chaotic or authoritarianism. That is why. Why is that? Because it is a nuance. And why is it easy to live on one side rather than other? Because it is more predictable, but it is not sustainable. Okay, it's easy, predictable, everything, but it is not sustainable. So that is why we try and understand what nuance is. Okay, all good things, all good and sustainable things are always nuanced. Why is that? Because I sacrifice a little bit, you sacrifice a little bit, and we all learn to adjust with each other. That is where nuance is created. If there is, like I've said about freedom, if there is too much freedom, there is chaos, and if there is too little freedom, there is revolution. Okay, so that nuance is where we have to live with it. Now, how do we understand nuance? Nuance is a very deep topic which we can only discuss in person or maybe on a video. But here I'll just give you the basic. Okay, if you have a point, okay, and you're thinking of, if you thought about the point, you have to add details to it. You cannot just make blanket statements. You have to say, okay, this is why I think this is a fact. Okay, this is a link. This is what this scientist said. This is what. So you have to back it up with evidence. Okay. Within that, you have to have a sub point. There are actually multiple sub points you can have. Okay, where you're expanding on all the small details of your point to back up. Always think about a point where. Then you have conditions. Okay. So for example, the other day I was in a debate and I said that if I say something to you and you feel bad, that's your problem. But my condition was that you should not say it to children because children are still unformed minds. Okay, so there are conditions, or sometimes there are extremely weak personalities. So you should not say it to them. That is again my condition. So there are conditions to your point. You cannot just make a point blanket. Okay, there has to be an if, but, maybe, when. Okay, so build a proper impregnable point. And when you don't know something, admit ignorance. Just be open about it. Okay, I do not know. Fair enough. I will find out more about it. Explore and clarify that ignorance. Okay, be clear about what you are trying to say and learn more about it. And there are always new details. Okay, keep refining your point. Your point is going to be refined throughout life because any nuance is a product of time. Okay, today I had a certain view. Tomorrow I have a certain view. Okay, and what you have to really do all the time when you're in continuous relationship with somebody is clarify your point. Okay, tell them, update them about where your point is, what exactly why you believed this yesterday and why you believe that today. Okay, and within a year, this is where you are going to, or this is what you are going to believe, and this is how you are going to believe it. So all these things are important in the this of nuance. Within your nuance, you must have nuance. Say, informing people, clarifying, okay, this is what I believe, this is what I believe. And depending on the situation, your nuance must change. So your truly good friends, okay, will know everything about you. They will know all your nuance and they will be able to predict you relatively. Yes, it's a complicated life. It could be a lot of brain work, okay, but in the end, it is worth it. Because what is most sustainable out of all these three? Democracy. Okay, so it's all really about sustainability. It's all about your goal. If your goal is to not live life, then you don't need nuance. Just live on one edge. Okay, you'll fall off one day. That's fine. Great. But if you want to live sustainably, if you want to live well, nuance is paramount.